Mishki here, joining the GL world to pitch my new podcast, which now comes out twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. The show features an extraordinary array of exotic circus performers, forgotten Hollywood starlets, reclusive Fortune 500 CEOs, professional taxidermists. Yep, wait a minute, that's a different promo. Where's the promo for GLers? Here it is. Let's try this again. Mishki here, pitching my new podcast. We're out of time? Could I do it again?
Ooh. It's weird.
If you cut me, does it not hurt? If you Joe, me, do I not
I've
bleed?
won an award, have you?
Nope.
It's weird that you're on his side, but he's still mad at you.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't care.
It's Josh Arnold Investment.
Yep.
Josh Arnold Investment.
Yes!
Josh Arnold Investment Consultant brings you. Just get the number ready to call.
He's out. I'm in.
1,668.
This is episode number 1,668.
Let's do this.
November 25th, 2025. 62 degrees, the record high on this day. That was in 1914. And it was 18 below on this day in 1880. Call Josh Arnold at 952-925-5608 for a free 48-minute consultation.
Flashlight King.
And now, from the mayor's
Eagle
office
Scout wouldn't have screwed up that.
That would have been full potted up.
It's Garage Logic with Chris Reuvers manning Technology Corner.
Call
Kenny
Francis,
Olson
please.
from the Krabby Coffee Shop. John Heidt in the newsroom. And, of course, the rookie. Hey, here is your Flashlight King, Fireworks Commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Souchere.
NPR broke a story this morning that the United States, well, the current administration is cutting all ties to scouting. This country cannot afford to fall short of integrity, but they've decided the scouts are too keen on diversity and inclusion and equity, and while I too find those problematic depending on the context, I don't think it's a crime that the scouts have reached out to people and have tried to enroll them and show them a better way in life. The military has supported the scouts for more than 100 years. But Pete Hegseth said the organization, once endorsed by President Theodore Roosevelt, no longer supports the future of American boys. That's just a shame. I know guys who have devoted so much time in their life to scouting, and they have seen the rewards of it. This is one more indecent, lack of integrity thing the administration has managed to do. Well, during this, talking about this, we learned that Chris Reuvers, I just have to use some respect here, is an Eagle Scout. And I couldn't be more impressed, and I'm being serious, and he's wrestling with his emotion. Do you have the merit badge that has an oil derrick on it? Did you see that one?
Huh?
Will you call your father, please?
I'm going to.
Right now.
I have to get this set up first because there's other... Okay.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of scouting?
The camping.
Oh, good boy.
Okay,
I set up a tent. Listen to me. You guys are all dismissive of me. That's fine.
Have I tried to promote this?
You are in my camp, okay, at Tomahawk Camp.
That's in Wisconsin.
There's no other place I'd rather be. And if I was at Tomahawk Camp, there's one thing I could see. There's a bird, there's a bird, there's a bird, splash. There's a bird, there's a bird, there's a bird, splash. That was the skit I had to perform at Tomahawk Camp.
You get a badge
You
for
didn't
that?
get an Eagle thing for that.
No, but that was in 7th grade as I was progressing.
Call Mr.
Did you put a
Reuvers.
little more life into it than what you just did right now?
Could you call Mr. Reuvers, please?
Can I be on record for today saying I'm under the weather, I hate all of you, and I love you at the same time?
Here's a bird, here's a bird.
I'm running the show. I know it doesn't sound like it half the time.
I felt like he was just going through the motions.
Would you be quiet?
Yeah.
We're going to call Mr. Reuvers. I don't doubt Chris, but virtually everyone else.
I do.
Kenny does.
I just don't care.
John doesn't care.
I find it hard to believe that he would have been that focused.
So you're a doubter.
I'm a doubter for sure.
Gabe, do you have a say? Are you a doubter?
I don't know enough.
The reason I have legitimate reason though. I was in Boy Scouts.
So was I, but I never got past star ranking.
And
I think that was about 2 badges.
It's 3 times as hard to become an Eagle Scout as it is any other level.
It's like being a doctor.
It is. It's the doctor version of being a Boy Scout. It's really difficult to become.
And for your
an Eagle
final
Scout.
project, you can't just make a matchbox or something like that. You have to do a serious project.
You can't do a card trick.
Right. You have to do
Dad.
a serious.
They doubt me that I'm an Eagle Scout. I'm leaving a voicemail. I'm on the studio line. It's a 651 number. If you'd like to call Joe back, his number is 61.
Oh.
Please call me back. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Was he a sheriff or a
This changes
Deputy
everything.
Sheriff.
This changes everything.
I don't, honestly, can I tell you something seriously?
Yeah.
I never thought it was that big of a deal. It's just what you did.
But
Jeez.
Eagle Scouts go on to become presidents, doctors,
Teddy
professors,
Roosevelt was
fighter
involved.
pilot. My Eagle Scout was a fighter pilot.
Don't tell him that. He'll watch Top Gun again.
My Eagle Scout in my troop was Top Gun. He ended up at Top Gun.
I have worked with you guys for, it'll be 20 years on Black Friday.
Which is why we're so shocked.
I've never brought it up because I never thought it was that big of a deal.
The Boy Scouts you were in was boy spelled B-O-I.
Right.
Can I tell you something? In all seriousness,
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason that this broke my heart was because of how dedicated my brothers didn't last as long as I did, obviously, but because I remember sitting at Jefferson Elementary School, I had sold the most geraniums for the Boy Scouts. I sold like 200 geraniums.
You sold flowers?
But no one else the grades never even came close. And I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Right.
This is just what you did, right?
So
And Dick Cook, who was the sheriff of Rice County, said, "This is amazing.
Yeah.
You should become an Eagle Scout."
Chris, so you camped out overnight without a tent.
Yeah.
You walked 100 miles in 1 week.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Scouting is and always has been a nonpartisan organization. The statement from the Scouts read, over more than a century, we work constructively with every U.S. presidential administration, Democratic and Republican, focusing on our common goal of building future leaders grounded in integrity, responsibility, and community service. There is no evidence to suggest the Scouts are still not engaged in that fashion.
I was the oldest of 4 boys. I was hyperactive. I was diagnosed with ADD.
Really?
You guys are very well aware of that.
Yeah.
And that's why
I was unaware of that.
my parents said, you need to go into scouting. Okay. And it was the best thing that could have happened to me.
Here's the list. Joe, you need to earn, I'm on the Boy Scout website, you need to earn a total of 21 merit badges, 10 more than required for the life rank. These include 14 merit badges, first aid, citizenship in the community, citizenship in the nation, citizenship in society, in the world, communication, cooking, personal fitness, emergency preparedness or life-saving, environmental science or sustainability, personal management, swimming or hiking or cycling, camping, and family life.
Where is star? Does it show the star ranking? On that
No,
list?
I'm only focusing.
I know, but you have the document open. Is there?
This isn't about you, Joe. This is about Chris. Don't make this about you.
No, I'm kind of interested now in what I achieved.
It'll take me a while to look it up.
Well,
Third from
stars,
Eagle?
third from Eagle. I'm not even close to Reuvers.
Reeves,
Oh, so you and I both achieved star because
I got
that's as
star.
far as I went.
Yeah, I got star.
Reeves, do you have the adult Boy Scout costume or no?
I'm texting my mom right now.
The tight shorts.
Hey,
For swimming, we had to swim a mile, if I remember right.
So Lake Itasca, Kenny, down by Waterville.
Sure. Yeah.
That was where we had to do that test.
His swimming test.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I float like a bobber, so that was easy. Let me
okay,
look
I
at
just
me.
texted my mom.
Let me hold you
Do
up.
you still have my sash? They don't believe that I achieved.
That would be proof if we saw the sack.
right.
Yeah, I'm hoping she still has it.
So
So I'm
you-
going to guess she
I'm
does.
surprised you wouldn't have it.
Well, whatever.
Chris, I have to look at you in a whole new light now.
I still have my skates.
Because there's been been kind of a layer of disrespect that I've always had for you. But this changes everything.
This is
You guys, I was a college athlete.
Simsalabim.
what-
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, but
Well, so you sold flowers. You wore a sash.
No, no, Matthew. It's really, really, really difficult to become an Eagle Scout. It
Chris,
really is.
Chris, you're not that old. Were you seeing changes in scouting? Was there an effort made to?
I mean, Joe, I'm 48.
Yeah.
I mean,
10 years ago.
I will say this: everybody that I was associated with was phenomenal, and also my dad's pretty intimidating. So mess with my kid, and you're going to deal with me. But
Hegseth said that the left has ruined scouting. Well, what?
I think that's in the last 10 years,
it's
Joe.
DEI.
Yeah. That doesn't go back to our
If you're
era.
going to have an organization in this country that would be saddled with attempting to bring about DEI, I would put the Scouts at the top of the list that maybe could make something of it.
I will have to look for it. Why the hell do you care? That's my mom. But again, it's like, who gives a damn?
That's sentimental stuff that really.
What year did you become an Eagle Scout, Chris?
Let's see.
Do you remember?
Oh, you're probably like in ninth grade, right?
Yeah, I would say. I'd have to look it up, Johnny.
Okay, I'm just looking at numbers, and I was just...
Okay, I would guess, I don't know, early 90s, mid or so.
Yeah. Well, then there's one of them. They're all around 30,000 then. 30,000 each year. So right in there. So that's,
That's a very small percentage of America's youth.
Okay,
We were
I'm not joking.
My troop, we were all hoodlums. Seriously.
Well,
we were bad kids.
Kenny,
except for one.
That's why my parents put me in scouting in the first place. A little bit of discipline. My dad was working 2 jobs. You know, that's why I did it in the first place. And I
Why are you
loved
blaming
it.
your father?
I absolutely loved it. I loved scouting. It was great. And it honestly put me on the straight and
Do you
whatever.
realize that this admission on your part results in you being held now to a higher standard?
Oh, God.
Right.
I mean, an Eagle Scout, I'm in awe. I am in awe.
Chris, here's an example of my scout troop. We're at Boy Scout camp. It's north of Park Rapids by the Paul Bunyan Forest. We're trying to get our merit badge for hiking. We're way out in the woods. The scout leader is with us. A bunch of us go way ahead. We hide in the bushes next to the trail. I grab a branch that's coming over the trail, and I pull it way, way back, get it good and tense, and then we all start yelling, help, help, help. Kermit comes running up, and when he gets up next to us where we're hiding, I let go of the branch, it comes flying out, swats him in the ass. That's the kind of Boy Scouts
Well,
we were.
you definitely were not Eagle material.
Oh, my God, no. You're talking to a D- student.
Yeah, more like a
I'm
crow.
a traffic reporter, for God's sake.
So, Tomahawk Camp, I'm going to tell you this. Here's why I was shown. I was you guys know, I can act out a little bit and, talk out of school
Little
once
drama,
in a while.
yeah.
But I was at Tomahawk Camp. I was in 7th grade or 8th grade. I can't remember what year. I went 2 consecutive summers to Tomahawk Camp. And there was a bunch of us kids, and one of them bet I couldn't hit the food truck with a rock.
Okay.
So the food truck is driving away.
All right.
Not only did I drill the food truck because I had a cannon for an arm, I hit. It went through the back. It hit the windshield. The guy slammed on the brakes. And there was, 8 of us. They all split. They all took off. And I'm like, oh, bleep.
Were you like that?
I was like that, Joe.
Okay, so
And
you
they-
are normal.
And he slammed on the brakes. He said, come with me. Mm-hmm. And I went, oh God, I'm in trouble. I'm getting kicked out of here. He said, your job now. It didn't break the windshield. It didn't crack or anything like that. He said, you're cleaning this truck. I scrubbed that thing, top to bottom.
You know the deputy sheriff was at home.
Because I said, don't call my dad. Please don't call my dad. And he said, holy F, he cleaned out the coffee cup in the dashboard.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
Okay, I'm impressed.
What's coming up on the ride?
At least now I know you're a normal Boy Scout and not a.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just did what they asked me.
I want to reinforce something that came up yesterday. It was there was a great insistence that I mentioned on the show. It had to be Friday because that's when the email arrived. The traffic cone incident on a driverless car in San Francisco. And all of you insisted that I said that on the air. I listened to Friday's show. I did not say it on the air. I am willing to agree, although I don't even remember that. I'm willing to agree that could have come up during a break, and then only town council people would have heard it. Was that acceptable? Anyone?
Yeah, that's a forward progress, yes.
Have you heard from any GLers, Joe, via email?
No.
Oh. Well, usually we do. Maybe you're right.
I did not say this on the air, and I am very, very hurt that
you're not capable of hurt.
Yeah, no, I'm very hurt that you didn't believe me.
Garage Logic has hardened you.
So there, and I got.
I'm also just. I want to make a mention that I'm very sad that you guys would disrespect Troop 306 in Fairville, Minnesota.
306.
What's the Boy Scout code?
Hold on.
I can't remember.
Nope.
Strip you of your sash if you don't get this.
Duty to honor it, to protect the American flag. Hold on. Give me a
I'm
minute.
going to look it up.
No. I promise to honor my duty.
Oh yeah. Can we get that?
I wouldn't have got that far.
Can I get the thing
I
back?
promise to honor my duty, to deliver my message, and to.
I'll give you a start. On my honor.
On my honor. Thank you.
We're not going to sit here and let you badmouth the United States of America
and the Boy Scouts of America.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
What does that mean, morally straight?
That's new then. That because it ended with.
Yeah, that's vastly changed from my version.
Yeah, that changed.
Do you know that one of the reasons I'm called the Flashlight King is among my flashlights is an antique Boy Scout flashlight with the Boy Scout insignia on?
Oh, cool. Wow. Yeah. Is it one of those that you hold vertical and then at the top turns horizontal?
No, it's a regular flashlight, D batteries, but it's probably from the 50s. And it's got the Boy Scout insignia on it. I was given that as a gift for I once spoke before a scouting group. And the head of the scouting group, another guy I know who's devoted, one of my great friends who lives in San Diego has devoted much, much time to scouting. He's the one who alerted me to this story. I couldn't believe it. Where were we? Oh, I'm cleaning up some old business here. Mauritius, is that how we say that island? Mauritius?
Yes. Correct.
Mauritius. Well, the mink notes, I don't know why the mink would know this, but the island of Mauritius is where the dodo bird evolved.
Oh.
Yeah.
The dodo bird's a goofy-looking,
that's right,
colorful character.
And the mink would like us to do him a favor. He's traveling this week. Set it up for him. What's he in for? He didn't say the day he's traveling. Well, wait. Here it says
tomorrow's going to be.
He just
a mess.
says I'm traveling this week. Can you get Rookie, who is the emperor of the airport, to pass along any info?
Yeah, tomorrow, if you're going to Terminal 2, get there extremely early.
That's the other terminal?
Yes, Sun Country And Southwest, more so Sun Country, because they're very popular with families, is going to have a lobby full of people. So you want to get there early. Terminal 1 is going to be busy, but not extraordinarily
Well, we're
busy.
under a cataclysmic end of the world, batten down the hatches storm warning.
Get there early and watch the late people. They're very entertaining.
Joe,
What?
loyal listener Tara for the town council.
Yeah.
Joe, what are you more shocked about? The fact that Reuvers is an Eagle Scout or the fact that Rookie runs the airport? God, Tara, you're
That's
the
a tie.
you're
I don't
the
have a medal for that. I didn't have to do
best.
a project or anything.
Oh, Tara, you're the best.
I'm shocked at both developments.
Yeah.
Oh, me don't know how to tie rope.
I do know how to tie a rope.
Yeah?
Can you do a quick half hitch?
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Eagle Scouts. He does it in his sleep. Right?
What show episode? What show are we doing?
1668.
Yeah, 16.
Oh yeah. Okay.
As an Eagle Scout, I know that.
He calibrated the
Because I
system.
document it.
How about the Boy Scout law, Chris? A scout is
Loyal, trustworthy, and true.
trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
I remember, though, Kenny, the original oath was to... The ending was to obey the law of the pack. That's how I remember the original Boy Scout / Cub Scout oath.
This all came about, Joe, because of this news story. I'm surprised at the stance you're taking. You're on the Boy Scout side here.
Hell
But
yes.
the Boy Scouts are woke.
Because I got too many. I got friends who wouldn't steer me wrong. They're deeply involved in scouting. It's still an environment where a young guy can develop some self-worth and dignity and integrity. And
Well, how do you
now
argue?
what you name me something else going on in the country where that's true. Everything's been infected. Everything in the country's been infected.
Their outdoor code. As an American, I'll do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, be careful with fire, be considerate in the outdoors, and be conservation-minded. How do you
I
argue with that?
first learned to cheat when it wasn't Boy Scouts. I think it was Cub Scouts with the Pinewood Derby.
Oh, yeah.
Some
that's-
heavy leaded weights to get that thing down the hill.
That's the first time I learned we're cheating.
You
only
put it-
champions
Press in the
cheat.
envelope.
No, you put it at the nose. That's where you put the weight.
Yeah.
Well, we and a kid I used to have, he entered the Pinewood Derby, and we didn't have a lot of success.
My kid, that's when he quit because he spent so much time and he knew these guys that won were cheating. He said, I'm done with this BS.
Our car was like one of those dogs you see walking down the street where the hind end is a little off the center.
It's askew.
or sideways.
Askew.
Our
Mine
car,
was square.
yeah,
Tires rattling.
our car didn't track real well.
My car looked like a 2x4. It was a 2x2.
Kenny, mine was the Dukes of Hazzard. I made a Dukes of Hazzard Pinewood
General
Derby
Lee?
car. I still have it. It's in my basement.
Wow.
I think Gabe and I made a car that only went in reverse, right?
Okay, show of hands. Who saw their first nudie magazine in the
We
Boy
made a
Scouts?
Zamboni, right? We made a Zamboni.
I
for
didn't
our-
need the scouts for that.
You still have that.
Say the end of the year sale is still on at EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake. Scooters, motorcycles, electric bikes. Remember, it's the electric bike capital of the world. Get your ATVs or side-by-sides. The winter equipment is on the show floor. It's just a fantastic recreational depot. It's like a great big depot of recreational
Love that.
stuff. It's on Highway 97, just immediately west of the interstate, up Forest Lake / Columbus.
Rib Depot.
If there's water equipment, that'll be on sale. It's just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Tim called me the other day, wanted to know if I wanted my scooter picked up for winter, and I said, no, I already got it tucked away. I put so few miles on it in its initial year that I don't think we have to needs any special attention. I loaded it up with seafoam and put her away, so we're cool on that. It's EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake / Columbus, and also EcoFun on the service road of life near County Road 42 in Burnsville, on a wonderfully tempting website, ecofunmotorsports.com.
Football season is going hot and heavy, and Underdog is the best place to get into the game and get in on all the action. Best part of Underdog? How easy it is to play. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and lots more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. This week on Underdog, I'm looking at Josh Jacobs, picking him to go higher for touchdowns, and it seems like Matthew Stafford is always a good pick to go higher on passing yards. Download the app today, sign up with the promo code GARAGE to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code GARAGE. Underdog, make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Reuvers here once again for my guy, Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Does thinking about retirement make you uncomfortable? Well, sometimes the anxiety from wondering if you've saved enough can be overwhelming. But what if I told you that you could ease those tensions in just 48 minutes? Well, Mr. Money Talk is going to be able to sit down with you and get you on the right track for your financial future. Josh has navigated it all when it comes to uncertain market and economic conditions, and he'll always provide straight talk, never sugar-coated advice on how to reach the finish line with your retirement goals. Don't let your financial worries give you an ulcer or keep you from calling Josh right now. His 48-minute, no-obligation consultation could be just what you need to feel better about your future. Call Josh today at 952-925-5608 and set up your free 48-minute, no-obligation consultation. That's 952-925-5608.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Chris Reuvers is a paid endorser.
Here's a man who spends hours in hardware stores, sifting through the nuts and bolts of life. Joe Souchere.
We're going to talk about Christmas right here and right now. I want to talk about the Seafoam Christmas gifts you're going to put under the tree for your loved ones come December. You know what? Make your own Seafoam gift kit. Get a box or a bag. Heck, I don't care. Wrap them in newspaper. It doesn't matter. Let's put it together, though, right here and right now. Start with the Seafoam motor treatment. Get at least one can, maybe two. Not only is this good for storing cylinders and reviving cylinders, it's also the key for long-term happiness for those cylinders. Doesn't matter if it's an old tractor or a brand new Dodge diesel. Give them a shot every now and then. Keep that fossil fuel engine purring like a kitten. Deep creep. Always keep a can in the car, a can in the house. You're going to need one in the shop, the garage. Keep a can everywhere. So make sure you put at least one, maybe two cans in your Seafoam gift box. And of course, the bugs be gone. Wow. Probably the best Christmas gift ever. The best thing you can give a loved one. It makes cleaning bugs and other organic materials from your vehicles fun. It's enjoyable. It's a miracle. The big three, all GLers should have them on hand, and they are proof that Seafoam truly is a miracle worker in times of bad gas, rust, and smooshed bugs. Merry Christmas, GLers.
There is a merit badge that is the depiction of a headdress. And I'm wondering if that still exists in scouting, because that would be an example of something that the failed academy is frightened away. We've all become frightened to even acknowledge a Native American headdress. And presumably you got one, but Rookie looked it up. What is it, Rook?
The Indian Lore Merit Badge is a great way to learn about Native American history and culture. Scouts who earn this badge explore the traditions, beliefs, and the daily life of Native American tribes. It helps them understand how Native Americans shaped our country. The badge teaches scouts to appreciate the rich heritage of Native American people. While working on it, they learn about things like clothing, tools, games, and stories from different tribes. They discover how Native Americans lived and how they adapted to their environment. By learning these skills and traditions, scouts gain a deeper respect for Native cultures. However, if you read on, it will say scouts who work on the Indian Lore Badge maintain a better understanding of cultural diversity. They learn to respect people from different backgrounds. This helps scouts see the value in other ways of life, which is an important part of being a good citizen. I bet that's been kind of added. The cultural
Okay, why don't you
diversity.
now?
That doesn't seem bad to me at all.
Certainly seems wonderful.
Yeah.
Why don't you now say, is it still possible to get the Indian lore merit badge? Gabe will find it faster than you.
I know.
While they're looking, Joe, to get the lore merit badge, you have to do the following. A, learn 10 common terms in American Indian language and their meanings. B, identify the meaning of 10 place names of American Indian origin in the U.S. And C, name 5 well-known American Indian leaders, either from the past or people of today. Give their tribes and or nations.
In other words, a kid in scouting would have more knowledge about natives than any other kid.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
What did you find?
They still do it, but they changed the parameters to achieve the badge.
What are the parameters now?
Such as attending or visiting a museum of contemporary American Indian gatherings.
Okay, that's okay.
You still have to include topics like tribal government, religious beliefs, and language.
Gabe, is the number still 21?
What's
21?
Badges.
Oh, I don't know.
We're not on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
We're on
that's
Indian
what you...
lore merit badge.
Got you. Okay.
It says that they don't include crafts anymore, but it doesn't elaborate on that, so I don't know what that necessarily means.
Shoot, you can't make the beaded moccasins?
No, the little squanto.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Well, for Pete's sake,
I did.
If you have a child in scouting and you believe that scouting has been beneficial to your child and you see no reason why it can't continue to be, I would write urgently to your congressperson or senator and say you're appalled at the idea that this administration has decided to dismiss scouting.
I agree. And Gabe, you did say it's still 21? Mm-hmm. Okay.
How many did you get?
Well, you had to get... Once you got to 21, you're like...
All right, blackjack.
They're only 21 to
it
get.
Says it's a minimum of 21 merit badges. 14 are mandatory and cover a range of subjects, but the others you can kind of...
Because there were some kids that would get it. They would get the 14 with, special... Is it dispensation? Is that the right word?
It's more of a
I don't know
Catholic
why
word.
they would get special dispensation.
But if you let's say you went to a nursing home and whatever, right? That there were always exceptions that were made. But yeah, that was just again. I don't.
Sounds like you're telling me you could almost invent your own.
Well, yeah, that's why I kind of didn't ever think it was that big of a deal.
Are you sure you weren't? This isn't Cub Scouts?
No, okay.
You said Eagle Cub Scout.
Yeah, he made up his own.
Fly like an eagle.
I will say, not ever having been a scout.
Write your congressperson and senator. Why shouldn't the military has been involved with the scouting and paying for a lot of things at their jamboree, like medical attention and things like that, for 100 years.
Wait a minute, Rook. You're trying to tell us you were not?
I did not have the calling. As we say.
That's about what it requires is a calling.
Well, but I'm going to back it up
with... It's like being a priest.
Right. When Gabe was a scout and going to the camp, whatever it was, down in Cannon Falls, those kids had the best time of their life with the cooking, with the
it was awesome.
Archery.
Yes.
Everything they did, all of those kids had a blast. And they didn't even realize they were learning life skills.
May I have the Ilhan Omar update theme, please?
Well, as an Eagle Scout, I wish you would have alerted me.
Oh wow, he's
to the fact that
now as I think of you, as I think of you as an Eagle,
demand more respect.
As I think of you as an Eagle Scout, I think that's something you would just almost instantaneously be able to play.
Here is your latest Ilhan Omar report on Garage Logic.
Be prepared.
Do my duty and obey the law of the pack.
Ilhan.
I increasingly find this woman to be insufferable.
Oof.
Just insufferable. She is now spinning the... let's put all of this into context. In response to fraud and a chance to take a shot at a blue governor like Walz, which I don't blame him in Walz's case, for all the fraud in this state. Trump responded, again, overcorrection. He's responded by threatening to remove temporary protected status from whatever Somalis might still be enjoying that status in Minnesota. There's 700 Somalis in the country that are believed to have temporary protected status, and virtually all of them live in, 500 or so live in Minnesota. So
the number I saw was 400 this morning.
400.
Yeah.
It was something the government created back in the early 90s, that if you were fleeing a war-torn country and it was not safe for you there, yes, you could duck in here. It will give you temporary protected status. And apparently, as many government programs pan out, you could have ended up staying here forever, which is the case with some of these Somalis in Minnesota. For all I know, the Somalis with temporary protected status have become citizens. I have no idea. The point is that, A, Trump can't do that unilaterally, and B, it might prove to have absolutely nothing to do with fraud. In other words, the Somalis here who happen to have temporary protected status might have had nothing to do with fraud. So it was political theater by Trump. It plays well because our fraud is committed almost exclusively by Somalis. And in any event, there was a press conference yesterday, and Ilhan Omar was particularly insufferable as she spun this as an example of racism. And she even confronted Tom Hauser, who's probably the most neutral, sensible news gatherer we have in town. And he I can't remember his specific question, but he asked something to the effect of the fraud, and she lectured him.
Mm-hmm.
She lectured him, saying that you would never ask that to white people, which is ridiculous.
What?
Yeah, of course he would. But we don't have that problem with white people right now. We have that problem with Somalis. And nothing came of that. He politely took it. He took her hectoring and crowing and all of her other posturing. She is an expert in class warfare. She is an expert in becoming victimized. She's an expert in oppression, and she just bares her teeth and fires back at anyone who would question the legality of a Somali or the involvement of Somalis in fraud. We can't be responsible for those who commit fraud, and on and on and on. She's an insufferable woman, mean-spirited at heart, I think, for me personally. And it's just a shame that she has such power in this state and is apparently running in such a safe congressional district that I suppose she can stay as long as she wants. I don't know a damn thing she's ever accomplished on behalf of any constituent, much less a Somali. But
Somalis are not terrorizing this nation. We are helping it thrive. Somalis have always seen themselves as a fabric of this nation. So not only are we not going anywhere,
okay,
we are not going to allow anybody to make us feel less Minnesotan or less American.
Oh, the left can do that for you. They're experts at making people of color, for example, less than. She has spun this into a racial situation. It is not race. It's criminal. It has nothing to do with race. Nothing. And she'll get away with it because we're passive-aggressive people in Minnesota who stare at our shoes and can't face the truth. Because, I can't say anything. I'd be considered Islamophobic or racist or whatever. No, just stop stealing our money. No one's accusing, and no one's been racist about it. Just stop stealing our money. And what do we learn now?
It's interesting that that's all she's really had to say about the fraud is what she said yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Do you know of anything else that she may have said in the past about the fraud?
I've mentioned that I've never, and I'm willing to be corrected. And she always, as I say, she's more than welcome to come on this show. I'd love to have it out with her.
She did write a long letter. I found it yesterday when we were talking about it to Tom Vilsack when he was Ag Commissioner, I believe, in the U.S., talking about the fraud.
When?
Getting to it was February 10th, 2022. I'll see if I can find it again.
I'd love to read that.
Yeah. In the meantime, we have a 24-year-old man ordered by a federal judge to pay back nearly $48 million of our money.
Hey!
And he's sentenced to 10 years in prison for his role in the food fraud scandal. This is according to the Department of Justice. Dimajad Mohammed Noor of Shakopee was one of the first 47 people charged in connection with the Feeding Our Future scheme. He is also accused of bribing a juror. He pled guilty to that. He and 6 other defendants fraudulently received $40 million between May 20 and January 22, according to the indictment. Officials said they did steal more than $47 million. Prosecutors said the scheme carried out by the 7 people originated at Empire Cuisine and Market in Shakopee. The halal market enrolled in the nutrition program and participated both as a site and a meal vendor. Where is this clown going to get $48 million to pay us back?
She gone.
Nur and his co-conspirators immediately opened several food program sites and began falsely claiming to be serving meals to thousands of children per day. We've been through that. I think we're getting closer to understanding how it was possible to have claimed you were feeding thousands and thousands of children per day and not have it flagged. It's very reasonable now, based on what we've heard over the past few days. It's very reasonable to assume that those inflated numbers were flagged, and the people who flagged them were told to ignore them. That's what we learned. Now, we also know we have a 78th person charged. This was the 47th person indicted. We have a new charge.
This is our guy.
Abdrashid Bixi Dul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's 36 counts of wire fraud and money laundering. He cooperated and served on the boards of 2 nonprofits, Bilal Mosque and Multicultural Resources Center, Inc. He enrolled 2 nonprofits in the nutrition program in Pelican Rapids and Moorhead.
Yeah, it's our guy in Pelican Rapids.
Yeah, and Dul and an unnamed conspirator claimed to be serving over 40,000 meals a week, or more than the population of these towns.
Yeah.
Nice.
6,000 meals a day in Pelican Rapids. The people who live there, number 3,000. Just the complete population.
Okay, but
these guys get back in line, evidently.
We've talked
for seconds.
We've talked to Marion Rarick and others, and we heard it from Marion that she had heard, and I find her trustworthy. She had heard that this was being flagged, and they were told to keep shoveling the money out the door. So we have not yet, GLers, gotten to the bottom of this. We don't know who should be arrested yet. Dul was serving, as John said, 6,000 meals a day in Pelican Rapids. That's double the total population of the town.
Oh.
So we are a national laughingstock. And Ilhan Omar, you are an insufferable woman. You should be addressing this. I grant you, Ilhan, that not all Somalis appear in the news.
But all Somalis.
But all Somalis who appear in the news are thieves. And I know that Not all Somalis can be held accountable for this fraud. But what are you doing about it?
Right. She's just complaining that they're being targeted.
Do you have a role in it? Obviously, you're not going to admit that. If you did have a role in it.
Do you want to hear her letter that she wrote?
Yeah.
February 10, 2022, to Thomas Vilsack, who's Secretary of Agriculture.
Yep, this would be in the Biden administration.
Yeah. Dear Secretary Vilsack, I write to you today to express my deep concern and disappointment regarding the reports of fraudulent misuse of federal funding meant to feed hungry children. I'm appalled to learn of such heinous acts and the theft of resources strictly meant for our most vulnerable populations. I condemn such actions, and I'm grateful for the work being done by multiple local and federal government agencies to uncover these repulsive, fraudulent actions, eager to know what steps are being taken to protect the critical resources going forward. As someone who has faced childhood hunger, I've made combating this epidemic a major priority since taking office. And there's a few things about COVID then. However, recent investigations show that members of nonprofit organizations located in my district stole and laundered over $200 million in federal funds from the USDA for personal benefits like real estate, trips, and luxury goods. Since this discovery, the Minnesota Department of Education has begun a process of removing Feeding Our Future from the USDA Summer Food Service Program and Child and Adult Care Food Program. While this is an excellent first step, it's certainly not enough to solve the problem or prevent such criminal misuse of funds in the future. As such, I'm seeking info from your agency on what steps are being taken to root out fraudulent use of federal programs. Number one, what resources are being allocated to investigate fraud within the programs? What agencies, local authorities, committees of jurisdiction, and partners is USDA working with? Two, what steps will the USDA take to recuperate misused funds, and what actions or fines do we expect to be levied? Three, will there be any restitution made to those communities defrauded? Four, what are the current safeguards in place to identify cases of fraud? Five, what types of mechanisms are set during the application and approval process to help avoid fraud? Six, does USDA provide any guidance or technical assistance to state agencies to detect or correct mismanagement of funds? Seven, what are the periodic reporting and compliance requirements of the recipients of such funds? Eight, how does the USDA intend to balance the need to have broad access to meal programs? Nine, what can congressional offices and local leaders do to prevent such fraudulent activities? I look forward to your response. Hope to continue working closely with your agency, blah, blah, blah. Sincerely, Ilhan Omar.
The cynic well, first of all, I would say that was great. I'm glad she did that. The cynic in me said that's exactly the letter she should have written to Walz and Keith Ellison. That would be my response to that. Because, I don't know, that seems like a CYA letter. It's easy to go after a federal bureaucracy and have your letter be lost, but the power she has in Minneapolis would have borne some fruition if that same letter went to Walz and Ellison and she made it public and got out in front of her advocacy to bring this to a halt. It would have been very meaningful of her to write that locally. I don't think we have any evidence that she wrote anything similar to Keith Ellison or Walz. In fact, we know that players in her community like Omar Fateh were hectoring Walz and Ellison to keep the money moving. So where was she then? I'm glad she wrote that letter to Vilsack. That's an important part of stopping the fraud, because we often said, what was going on at the Department of Agriculture? Did they say to themselves, man, these people in Minnesota are really feeding a lot of kids? And then they just kept sending them checks. The other thing we've learned, and we haven't really talked about this, there's really nowhere to take it, but what else did we learn during the food fraud? We don't have any hungry kids. Did you ever hear one report of a kid starving from hunger or going to an emergency room because of a lack of nourishment?
Just in Pelican Rapids.
No one was getting fed, and yet we're unaware of any hungry children. I don't doubt there are hungry children in Minnesota.
Only the governor, he always doubled down with the hungry kid.
There aren't any.
I know, but tell that to the governor.
And continues to do so, by the way.
Yeah.
Where are they?
He's still up on that pulpit.
Who they play for?
You claimed that this was terribly necessary, but you can't provide me. Well, we now know no child was ever fed as a result of this program. Well, but coincidentally, we never heard of an epidemic of hungry children. Never.
Never saw them on TV. These are the kids that are hungry. Never saw them put in front of a thing on the news saying...
There are suffering children in this world with extended stomachs and wiping flies out of their eyes.
Right.
And there are children suffering in this world. None of them happen to be here.
Trying to get their Eagle badge.
God almighty, what a joke. And Omar, you'd show me a lot if you had written that letter to Walsey. What do I got here? I got to look at something.
You got it?
Tomorrow, we're going to have the Center of the American Experiment on the premises.
Oh,
don't go get the trophy now and play
just
the
gonna
song.
get up and go
no,
get it.
don't go
Dang
get
it.
it.
Sorry.
Tomorrow, we're going to
Folks.
announce the American Experiment's 2025 Golden Turkey Award. We'll see which waste of government money got the award. Walls' $430,000 legal bill, the Gold Line bus project, $1 million bathrooms in Bloomington they use COVID money for, river surfing on the Rum River, that's right, surfing on the Rum, $6.2 million diverted from roads to make Anoka the next surfing hotspot. Hey, dude, hang 10, huh? You could still probably vote right up until what? Midnight tonight, I bet. Go to AmericanExperiment.org. You should be visiting that site every day anyway. It's one of the great news sites in town. AmericanExperiment.org, and cast your vote for the 2025 Golden Turkey Award, announced on this show tomorrow.
Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, block parties, they're all back, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Whether you're into basketball, football, hockey, or any sport in between, Underdog is the best place to play, and playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite player will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, and many more. Get your picks right, you could win up to 5,000 times your money. Austin Reeves, I've been picking him a lot this year. He's been good at everything. Points, assists, you name it. So I'll be looking at Austin Reeves to go higher in points and assists. Download the app today and use promo code GARAGE to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code GARAGE. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hey folks, it's Patrick Ricey, and fruitcake is back on the menu, baby. Let me ask you something. Would you be happy if the only dessert you got this holiday season was fruitcake? Well, no, neither would I. That's what it's like when you've got one insurance agent with just one company. You don't have any options. That's why I work with the Canopy Group. They're an insurance agency that's unique because they offer 16 carefully selected companies for your home and auto insurance. 16. And behind the scenes, they've got 50 licensed elves. Okay, they're agents, but this time of year, let's call them elves, making sure you always have the best coverage at the best price. So this holiday season, don't settle for fruitcake. Get options. Visit the Canopy Group and see what they can do for you. thecanopygroup.com.
The earth is not your mother. The Joe Souchere Show.
You know what? Scouts approved water is Hofferman water in Connecticut.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no,
sorry, Hofferman.
I never was going to bring this up until you guys did. But you know what?
You being a scout is as crystal clear as Hofferman water.
I mean, it's a vision. It really is.
Yes.
For each and every single one of us. And you know what? I started out as a customer of Hofferman Water and Connecticut. And you know what? It's been an amazing relationship, and it will do such an incredible job with improving the quality of your water. I got to tell you, you get that on that schedule. You have them come out for that free water analysis. You do that one of two ways, by the way. Call them directly at 612-895-2440 or just book your appointment online at hoffermanwater.com. Either way, get on that schedule. Holiday season is right around the corner. Thanksgiving is Thursday. We're all going to be entertaining people for Christmas. Get on that schedule and have them come up for that free water analysis.
Not all of us.
Yes. If you're a non-believer, you can still have it upgraded the quality.
Hanukkah bush. That is what you will put up.
HoffermanWater.com. They have been proudly serving the state of Minnesota for over 50 years. Please do me a favor and mention that the scout, Chris Reuvers, sent you their way.
Scout's honor.
Here is John Heidt.
Thanks, Joe. This news brought to you by North American Banking Company. Keeping up with the weather here. And when I wrote this, I thought, it's a podcast. Do I need to do weather? But yeah, we'll do weather. Forecast for the Twin Cities has changed if you're not following it. Winter storm warning now in effect for the metro area.
Damn it.
Rain showers today will mix with and then change to snow in the Twin Cities metro after 6 tonight. Minnesota's weather folks say the storm track has shifted south, meaning more snow now possible for the metro, probably 3 to 6 inches by early Wednesday morning. North of the metro, a little bit more, 4 to 8 inches of snow. The heaviest snow in the metro will fall between 9 tonight and 5 tomorrow morning. Winds will blow the snow and create very low visibility tomorrow, allow extra time for travel during Wednesday morning's commute. Most of the rest of Wednesday will just be windy and cold, with patchy blowing snow but better driving. However, winds could be gusting up to 45 miles an hour at times on Wednesday.
Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan are schools. They play football tonight. On ESPN2. The only reason I say that is if the storm reaches Michigan, I'd probably watch a little bit of that game.
Is this MACtion?
Huh?
The MAC.
What's the MAC?
That's the conference they play in.
I have no idea who Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan
I got to look it up.
Is that
now.
the MAC?
Midwest Athletic Conference?
It started snowing here at 11 a.m., and it's not slated to quit until 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Well, you're up in the woods, so
7 inches today, 2 inches overnight.
Do you have provisions ready for Thanksgiving?
Me?
Yeah.
If I was in that direct line, I'd probably fashion myself a timber hitch knot, to kind of make sure that all my
Oh, my God. We got to hear about this crap for the next year?
Thanks, Eagle Boy.
Yeah.
Kenny, you look stunned. Are you okay?
He's
What do you
thinking
mean?
about that Dinty Moore soup that he's got.
Do I have provisions
I'm
ready?
looking forward to the wind. I love
don't
a
even
good
know what
howling wind.
Yeah.
A 51-year-old man accused of violating a protection order and fatally shooting his ex-girlfriend is now facing first-degree murder charges. Yesterday, the Hennepin County Attorney's Office charged David Eugene Wright with 1 count of first-degree premeditated murder and 1 count of first-degree murder following a past pattern of domestic abuse. Both charges carry a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. Wright is accused of killing his ex-girlfriend, 34-year-old Mariah Samuels. Wright was initially charged with 1 count of second-degree murder and 1 count of illegal possession of a firearm. He's accused of waiting outside of Samuels' house before shooting her inside her vehicle at point-blank range. Samuels received an order for protection in August of 2025 after Wright had assaulted her, threatened to kill her, and tried to choke her, according to the complaint. At that time, Samuels told the court she was extremely scared for her life. Bankruptcy filings are rising across the nation, and that includes Minnesota. Personal and business cases up 10.6% nationwide this year, according to a press release from U.S. courts. Here in Minnesota, filings are up about 20% from 2023.
Wow.
Andrew Walker, managing partner at Walker & Walker Law Offices, says the increase is concerning, but it reflects a return to what he called pre-pandemic levels. Walker pointed to car loans as the single biggest driver of personal bankruptcies. Walker said wages are the second big reason. He said the wages aren't really keeping track with the cost of living like they did in the kind of COVID boom years. Prices, he said, have continued to go up, but people aren't getting those nice hiring bonuses anymore. A special sale today. What stays in the news year-round besides the NFL?
State Fair, baby.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rookie. The Minnesota State Fair, of course. And today, you can get tickets for the 2026 fair for $15. For $15.
We gotta get State Fair tickets.
Get on down.
What the hell?
$15. You know how much they're normally $20. I was unaware of that.
Dear God.
You can save $5 today on your State Fair tickets.
Where? At the store?
Online. You have to act fast as the discounted tickets are only available while supplies last today.
Boy, we're
really going to cut off our supply.
I think GL should take a stand that we will not return to the fair until they have a suitable memorial or renaming of a building for Marjorie Johnson.
Is this your stand?
That's my stand.
Finally found a reason.
I'm sure the fair really gives a rat's ass about what
I know it's a little weak. I know it's weak.
Revenue's down $75 because the GL crew is not at the fair this year.
I'm going to need all that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's my threat.
Right.
Customers.
Okay, you are a certain kind of rube.
Of course I am.
If you're running to the computer to buy your $15 State Fair tickets on November 25th.
Thank you for bringing that up. John, let's turn the Clegg lights on John. John, when you're writing that story, who in your mind's eye, who are you writing that for?
We're Minnesotans. We love the State Fair. Come on.
Were you writing that just to make us angry?
Yes.
Is that the only reason you wrote that story?
Pretty much.
100%.
Okay, I respect that.
That worked.
Customers can buy. There's more, too. There's more to this.
But wait.
Wait, there's more. Customers can buy a maximum of 12 tickets per order and are limited to one order today. They'll be delivered by email. You have to print them at home or by text message for mobile download.
Hey, I know you wanted to buy 13, but 12's the limit.
Can't get 13.
Now, not only can you get them today for $15, on Monday, the upcoming week, you can get them for $17. So the price is going up a couple bucks, but you still save $3 a ticket.
Oh, it's a progressive happy hour.
Exactly. Pre-sale tickets can be received by mail for an extra fee on Monday. Fairgoers can order up to 12 pre-sale tickets per order on Monday, but multiple orders then will be allowed. So you can go online 2-3 times and buy 12
You can get the CP, you can get the kids you used to have.
That's their problem.
Yeah.
So you can get up to 24 tickets on Monday.
Bad enough I'm hit up for money when I'm there.
I was going to say, I've seen the internal transfer of funds in the green room with the grandkids you used to have.
Has GL made its last appearance?
Yes, until there's a Marjorie Johnson memorial. Yeah.
Without that, let's say there is.
Let's say there is, yeah.
Then are we going to go?
Yeah, if Marjorie's honored, yeah.
So you're pretty sure she's not going to be honored?
Well, no, I'm putting my foot down. I'm putting my foot down.
Why don't we take a quick break here, and maybe the GM will call and let us know what he's thinking.
Right.
Yeah, John, you're making the mistake of thinking anybody is working this week.
Oh, that's a good point.
You can get a good spot out front, by the way.
Let's hear from the mayor.
Yeah, drive carefully. In the unfortunate event you're in an accident, you're going to need a good team with you of legal experts. That would be Bradshaw and Bryant personal injury attorneys. Insurance companies and adjusters can be difficult to deal with, so you need a good team on your side. That's Mike Bryant and Bradshaw and Bryant. He puts together the group that will explain your rights, represent you, and help you through a tough time. Mike is one of the best super lawyers in the state of Minnesota, according to Minnesota Law and Politics, and that's the Bible. I hope you're never in an accident, but the weather's turning. Be careful. If you are, call Bradshaw and Bryant at 800-770-7008 or go to minnesotapersonalinjury.com for a free case evaluation. Also, don't be part of the problem. Don't text and drive or drive distracted. That's just common sense from Bradshaw and Bryant.
Order online, Kenny.
Hey, Paulzine, what time is it?
11.
It's the end of the world as we know it, but he feels fine. Joe Souchere.
So I'm reading the back of the bag from the latest delivery of beans I received from customroasting.net. It's just one paragraph, but it really says it all. And I'd call it a mission statement, but it's a little longer than that. So I'm calling it the Custom Roasting Manifesto. Listen to this. We start with the finest beans we can find from Central and South America, Africa, Indonesia. Our roast master, he carefully roasts each bean to its peak. I feel like we should have romantic music under this. Anyway, we creates coffees that stand on their own.
To be on the screen?
Can you seriously, can you shut them up?
Did you look at yourself?
Can you just shut them up for a second? Chris, please. Where was I? Our roastmaster carefully roasts each bean to its peak, creating coffees that stand on their own or that can be meticulously blended to our exact standards. The end result is always delicious coffee. Always. Since our beginning, we've been a family-owned and operated outfit in the Midwest. We proudly serve local retailers and support fundraising for schools, churches, and businesses with high-quality coffee. That says it all. That's their manifesto. Go to the website, customroasting.net, snoop around, check out the GL Starter Pack, or if you're a returning customer, branch out, try another blend. They're all wonderful, and the gift box, a perfect Christmas present. And there's a new blend I just noticed called Christmas Cookie. That sounds delicious. A wonderful cup of coffee at a reasonable price. CustomRoasting.net.
Did you ever see those hands that, like, Senor Wences made where he drew a little mouth here? And that's what Kenny looked like when he was talking with his... All you saw was
seriously, you guys have to do that during a paid advertisement. I've got like 2 clients left, and you interrupt them with your stupid sophomoric hijinks. Seriously,
I think
I'm going to do that every time you talk about one of our sponsors. I'm going to interrupt it with some stupid, inane comments.
I think the coffee people like
it's very, very disrespectful.
That's
never forget that ad.
Grow up and act your age.
I'm going to help you,
You never
Kitty,
forget
right
that
here.
ad.
Kitty, I'm going to help you. What you know what this is right here, Kitty?
Which blend?
That's just a tish left of Boundary Waters from Custom Roasters.
I love that.
About half a cup.
That's what I was trying to say.
Favorite. Oh, love it. Okay, let's continue on with the news now. Joe, stop it. By the
every
way,
single one of them. Every single one. I'm going to pull the microphone to my bottom and pass gas during your ad.
You know what? His clients would probably like that.
Well, you are
It's
listening
a wonderful
to,
product to roll the bad gas.
Yeah.
Kenny's going to prove it.
See?
You are listening to Garage Logic, where during the break, the host, Joe Souchere, just asked, do pickles come from cucumbers?
Yes, they do.
In other news, economic news, the U.S. Labor Department showing further signs of weakening as the pace of layoffs has picked up over the past 4 weeks. Payrolls processing firm ADP reported today. Private companies lost an average of 13,500 jobs a week over the past 4 weeks, according to ADP. That's an acceleration from 2,500 jobs a week lost with the last update a week ago. Meanwhile, consumers souring on the current economy and the prospects for the future, with worries growing over the ability to find a job. That, according to a Conference Board survey released this morning. The board's consumer confidence index for November dropped to 88.7. That's down about 6.8 points from the prior month, from its lowest reading since April. Economists surveyed by Dow Jones had been looking for 6 more points, up at 93.2. President Trump said yesterday he has accepted an invitation from Chinese leader Xi Jinping to visit Beijing in April, and that he reciprocated by inviting Xi for a state visit to the U.S. later next year. The president made the announcement after he spoke with Xi by phone nearly a month after the two leaders had met in person in South Korea, saying they talked about issues including Ukraine, fentanyl, and purchases of American soybeans. Beijing, which announced the phone call first, said nothing about the state visits, but noted that the two leaders did discuss trade, Taiwan, and Ukraine. Xi told Trump that Taiwan's return to mainland China is an integral part of the post-war international order, a crucial issue to Beijing that the president did not mention in his post. The Defense Department said yesterday it's opening an investigation into Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona. Kelly's a retired Navy captain. It's all in connection with a video he and other Democrats recorded urging members of the military and the intelligence community not to comply with illegal orders from the Trump administration.
Have they been given illegal orders?
I don't know.
I mean, is there a problem with that? I am unaware of any illegal orders having been given.
I think the one that they're questioning is the Venezuelan boat attacks.
Okay.
That's apparently what led to all this. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said on X the video, which set off a political firestorm, was despicable, reckless, and false. A thorough review of allegations has been initiated to determine further actions, which could include recalling Kelly to active duty for court-martial proceedings. Kelly, who spent more than 2 decades in the Navy as a pilot and retired as a captain, said on X that Hegseth's post was the first he had heard of the investigation. He said, if this is meant to intimidate me and other members of Congress from doing our jobs and holding this administration accountable, it won't work. I've given too much to this country to be silenced by bullies who care more about their own power than protecting the Constitution. Kelly's fellow Arizona Senator Ruben Gallego wrote on X that Kelly has dedicated his life to serving the country with honor, and now the president is coming after him with the same baseless garbage he throws at anyone who refuses to bend to his knee. And Gallego added, bleep you and your investigation to the X post. Trump said last week on Truth Social the Democratic lawmakers should be arrested and put on trial, accusing them of seditious behavior that he said could be punishable by death. The next day, the president said on conservative Brian Kilmeade's radio show he was not threatening death toward the members. Law experts, meanwhile, are saying there isn't much of a case. Eugene Fidel, who teaches military justice at Yale, said the Pentagon's investigation is unwarranted. He said Kelly's remarks in the video are 100% accurate representation of what the law says. Kelly flew those combat missions we talked about during the Gulf War. He also, you'll probably remember, was an astronaut. His first space mission in 2001 as pilot of the STS-108, then piloted the STS-121 in 2006, commanded the STS-124 in 2008, and the STS-134, the final mission of Space Shuttle Endeavour in 2011. Also in 2011, Kelly's wife, then Arizona Representative Gabby Giffords, was shot and nearly killed in an assassination attempt in Arizona. Kelly retired from the Navy and NASA that October.
John, I hate to interrupt your newscast, but we do have a breaking news item. Weather related.
Yes.
From our very own Frankie McDonald.
Oh, Frankie, okay.
This is Frankie McDonald, my own TV station, live from City, Nova Scotia. Massive snowstorms head towards Minnesota on Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. It's going to bring a lot of snow, including Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Duluth, Minnesota, and Superior, Wisconsin, including Fort Francis, Ontario, and International Falls, Minnesota, and dozens of small towns in Minnesota. Be prepared. Make sure you have your winter boots, winter jackets, hats, and gloves, scarves, ski pants is ready. Make sure to drink a lot of green tea, white tea, red tea. Drink a lot of green tea, keep you warm. And make sure to have your furnace and heat pumps ready to keep you warm. Have your shovel, snow scoop, snowblower, snowplow, salt trucks ready to go. Be extremely careful when you're walking so you don't slip or fall. Be extremely careful when you're driving a car so you don't get in a car accidents in Minnesota, especially on Interstate 35. Stay safe.
Yeah.
And stay warm. And be prepared. Be safe.
Thanks, Frankie.
Thank you, Frankie.
So now that's, you know it's coming. Now.
I assume he gets prepared. I mean, every time he has a breaking weather alert.
Well, no, it's important to go to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frankie.
He even mentioned I-35.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, he knows what he's talking about.
John, he's in touch.
He's in touch.
He's a good forecaster.
From Missouri.
Make sure you drink a lot of green tea.
Yeah.
Red tea, and white tea.
Green tea, red tea. From Missouri, a St. Charles County Circuit judge who wore an Elvis Presley wig and discussed politics during court proceedings will resign after multiple violations of judicial ethics. The judge, Matthew Thornhill, has agreed to a 6-month unpaid suspension, followed by an 18-month return to the bench, followed by a non-revocable resignation, according to Missouri court documents. After that, he'll be banned from holding any future judicial offices in Missouri. According to the documents, the Missouri Commission on Retirement, Removal, and Discipline found that Thornhill engaged in several acts of misconduct, several instances of Thornhill wearing his Elvis Presley wig in court while making references to Elvis during court proceedings, and occasionally during the actual proceedings playing Elvis music while people were sworn in. The actions were deemed inappropriate and found to undermine the dignity of the judiciary. He did say the Elvis wigs and music were intended to add levity and relax litigants. He claimed political discussions were meant to engage litigants informally in such a way that would put them at ease.
John, thank you ever so much.
You're welcome.
It's fantastic. Say if you're...
Was it? That did sound...
Settle down, Eagle Scout boy.
No, I think it was all right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Say, you heard the weather forecast. I hope your garage door is ready. If you need a new door, garage door, a Precision Door has the models for every budget. They send out a designer. You get the new door, $100 off now for a single garage door. This is for GLers, $200 off a double door. Increase the value of your home, save energy, provide better security. If you like your current door, but she's acting up and you're worried that she might not make it through the first cataclysmic weather event of the year, you can book a noisy door tune-up special with Precision Garage Door. That's $149 regularly, a $290 value. You get a 25-point safety inspection and diagnostic test. Annual maintenance reduces wear and breakdowns of your door, and you don't want to be caught out there in the hellacious winter weather. Book online at precisiondoormn.com or call 612-263-6985 to schedule your free on-site new door estimate, or book one of Precision Door's noisy door tune-up special.
You cannot stop him. He'll just make a move. Joe Souchere.
Let's talk about North American Banking Company. They have been investing in your success since 1998, when way back then, they made a promise to deliver a better banking experience for you and your family and also your business. And you know what? They're locally owned and operated. Here's why that's important. That means loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities. They are not sent out of state. So this helps all of you business owners solve problems quickly and also expand your business with confidence. And they understand that mobile banking is important, and that's why they have all of those same updated tools as all of those other big national banks. You know what? Find out for yourself. Go check them out online today. It's nabankco.com to learn more. It's banking done differently. North American Banking Company, member FDIC, is an equal housing lender. Joe?
I have a note I meant to read earlier. It's from a fellow who I think probably just wants to keep his charitable endeavors to himself. So he said, don't use my name.
Rick.
But this is in relation to the claims of these fraudsters that they're feeding 40,000 kids a week or 1,000 kids a day. He writes, Mr. Mayor, I humbly present the following case study as a relative comparison to the incredible efficiency of Osman Camera. He's the guy who was feeding kids out of his deli.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All those hungry kids.
Food fraudster number 77 and his crew at K's Dollar Grocery and Deli, who supposedly cranked out 1,000 meals a day from their 3,000 square foot building. Every fourth Thursday of the month, I work with a church group at Catholic Charities in St. Paul. About a dozen of us show up at 2 p.m. to start preparing the meal and finish cleaning up around 6 p.m. That does not include the Catholic Charity staff who supervise, wash dishes, and provide order and security in the dining room. Last month, we achieved our year-to-date record, 360 meals served. The line was out the door, steady the whole time, and we were hustling nonstop. One can only imagine what a line of 1,000 meal recipients looked like outside K's Dollar Grocery and Deli.
Right.
Honestly, I'm in awe. It takes our group 48 total volunteer hours, 12 volunteers times 4 hours, in a full commercial kitchen to produce 360 hot meals. Yet Mr. Camera somehow served nearly triple that number daily out of a tiny deli. Absolutely incredible. Wherever he ends up, I'm confident Mr. Camara will be a priceless addition to any federal prison kitchen crew. Efficiency like that should not go to waste.
Amen to that. Let's sign him up. That's the major leagues.
He's up there. Usman.
Yeah.
Where are we now? I for Thanksgiving,
Spain.
With the Lymans, we're going to be cruising northeastward on the Indian Ocean. So they've left port. We're out at sea again. We're northeast bound on the Indian Ocean. Day 29 of this journey. And it's only because they come to us all the way from the Traveling Lymans at worldwidewaftage.com. On this day.
Joe, today is November 25th.
On this day in 1817, Catherine Bissell was born. She and her husband, Edmund F. Ely, I bet that's where the name Ely comes from, ran mission schools at Fond du Lac, Pocagama, La Pointe, and other locations. She died in California in 1880. On this day,
Joe, today is November 25th.
In 1863, the 2nd Minnesota Volunteer Infantry Regiment and the rest of General George H. Thomas's Army of the Cumberland charged up Missionary Ridge near Chattanooga and defeated the Confederates holding the ridge. By the way, I think I mentioned it. Death by Lightning is a 4-part series, fictionalized series on James Garfield's very brief presidency. And it's just as much about the guy who shot him.
Guittage, or what's his
name? Charles Guiteau. And I think Garfield would have he was a hell of an interesting guy. I just thought I'd add that.
Guiteau, who wanted to be a French ambassador, spoke no French, had never been to Paris, but wanted to be the French ambassador.
Did you see the show?
No, but I read up on Wikipedia on the assassination of Garfield.
What was it called? Thunder what?
Thunder.
No,
Balls.
Death
called
by
Waiting
Lightning.
for Godot.
Yeah. And his vice president.
Feel so energetic. Try.
His vice president that was forced on him was this drunken thug from New York named Chester Arthur, who became a reasonably decent human being because Garfield was a really soothing guy to talk to. And he said, "Look, I'm dying. I'm not letting you go. You got to do it. You got to transform yourself."
You got to do it.
And he did.
Sepsis.
Yeah, because the damn doctor wasn't even using sterilized.
They're digging their hands in there trying to find the bullet.
Yeah. Speaking of digging your hands in there.
Whoa. I don't want to speak about that.
Did anyone read the play story in the Star Tribune today about Fry building up?
What is their motive?
Yeah, that's a great question.
It's 2 days in a row now with
this
that story.
Is maybe pre-election you write this.
Yeah.
But then we even learned that Fry is so friendly with the Somalis, which is great.
Right.
He will squat around a bowl of rice, meat, and bananas, and they all scoop it out and eat it with their hands.
Don't even use utensils.
So you know how the business works. Was this in the works before the Trump missive last Friday?
Oh, good question.
That was Friday, wasn't it? It was right. Yeah. Or is this a response?
The protected status was Friday afternoon.
Or is this a response
That's when
to
he
that?
wrote about
I
sardonic.
just don't understand the motives.
I can't take a guess, Kenny, but I thought the same thing when I was reading it. I thought, what is the point of this?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, I think I know the point.
Well, one of the points, whether it was intended or not, is to soften a public view of Somali life.
Correct.
And look, our mayor is great friends with them. And, hey, he's had Fry's had fraudsters in his office.
Yep.
So I don't know what this is.
Classic.
But he was sharing the food where Somali tradition. Apparently, you just eat with your hands.
It's 2025, baby. We got utensils.
I'd have trouble with that.
Yeah, I've seen it in person in a break room. It's messy.
Oh, you have at the airport?
Mm-hmm.
And that
for
is
one of my
still
prior
a custom?
employers.
That's still a custom?
Yeah, the dudes were
How
in there
about a
in a
fork?
bowl and just going to town.
You used to watch Bourdain's show, didn't you, Joe?
Yes.
When he would go to countries like that, they all still would eat that way. As
Yeah,
would
and
he.
damn near killed him.
Wrecked him.
Killed him.
Didn't you? You served a feast,
John. I
at
don't
the
care
airport.
if you do it in some country out in the woods. That's your deal. But we're not in that country here. We're in the United States.
Yeah, no, but I mean, you said they still do that. And yes,
Yeah,
they
I guess
still
so.
do that.
You know that he did serve a feast.
Who?
Potluck.
Matthew.
No pork. Your Muslims don't eat pork, so you have to be very careful with your menu.
Yeah.
I got your.
Everything has to be separate.
I think we've jumped the shark here. Let's
on
bail
this
out.
day.
You think so, Fonzie?
On this day,
November 25.
We still doing that?
In 1875, on Thanksgiving Day, the St. James Hotel in Red Wing opened, conceived by 11 local businessmen who made their fortunes in the grain industry and contributed $60,000 to the cause. The establishment was an expression of community pride and identity. Boy, you don't see that happening anymore, do you?
No, you don't.
You sure don't, Joe.
That's another neat thing about death by lightning is you see the Garfield presidency right on the cusp of modernity. You know, you could just feel it coming. On this day,
November 25th.
In 1903, Olive Fremstad made her debut with New York's Metropolitan Opera, singing the role of Sieglind in Wagner's Die Valkyrie. Born in Scandinavia, she had been adopted by a St. Peter couple. A true diva, Fremstad was legendary for her vocal powers as well as her temperament. She died in New York in 1951. On this day,
November 25.
In 1946, in the first organized teacher strike in the nation, 1,165 St. Paul school teachers walked out. The strike lasted until December 27 and received national attention as it demonstrated that teachers were ready to use strikes as a method to alleviate school funding problems and intolerable working conditions.
Oh.
On this day in sports disappointment history.
Joe, who would we lose to on November 25?
On November 25, 1975, the Minnesota Kicks were purchased from Denver.
Alan Merrick.
Mm-hmm.
Ace Nesselenge.
I thought the Kicks were a starting from scratch team.
NASL?
I guess not. They came from Denver. On this day.
November 25.
Oh, it's a tough one. 1987. Dino Cicerelli exited his home without wearing pants.
Whoops.
And was charged with indecent exposure.
Was he hammered when that happened?
He went out to get like the newspaper or something.
I
right?
think he's been unfairly condemned.
What was that email we had earlier in the week from the guy? The different levels of clothing and where you live. Remember that? You read it on the air.
If you stare at your neighbor.
If you go out naked on your front porch and nobody minds, you live in the rural area.
Yeah.
If you go out naked on your front porch and somebody calls the cops, you live in suburbia.
Yeah.
If you go out naked in the city, no.
And your neighbor goes
your neighbor
out
waves to you.
Then you're in the city.
Something
we don't
like that.
know that.
If you go out go out naked on your front porch and your neighbor is also on the front porch naked, you're in Florida.
Well, he's one of the guys. He's one of the guys. One of the players
on our team.
Do you know that George Washington died without even knowing that dinosaurs existed?
I did not know that.
He died in 1799. The first identified fossil was in 1824.
Can I ask you something?
So he died
What
without
show
knowing
are you
dinosaurs.
working on today?
Yeah.
You seem like you're doing a whole different show.
Can I ask you something?
I do an
Garage
airport
Logic
podcast
today.
as well.
What?
As soon as I get
we
back.
weren't talking about anything like that.
Are you at the same time doing a different podcast?
I'm prepping for the airport podcast, yes.
which we've been begging you to do.
You mentioned
an
10
idea
years.
I gave you to enrich yourself, and you won't do it.
You mentioned presidents, and that
I'm not done with this.
That came to mind.
Dino's in the Hall of Fame, right?
Dino the dinosaur?
I don't know. He had a lot of junk goals.
Isn't?
On this day,
November 25.
In 2017, the Gophers almost lost to Alabama playing 5-on-3.
Oh, don't you remember that?
I don't know what that means.
You and Ricey broke this down. Alabama there was a massive
What sport
fight.
are we talking about?
Basketball. And Alabama had to play 3 guys on 5 because everyone got thrown out of the game.
And the Gophers still almost lost.
And they still almost lost.
Wow. But they did win it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I remember that.
All right. Well, thank you, GLers.
Yeah,
we'll
GLers,
see
thank you.
tomorrow.
I think
Thank you for that.
Anyway. So, George Washington?
Yeah. Died in 1799.
Never knew there were dinosaurs.
Never knew a damn thing about dinosaurs.
Had no idea.
You know what he also
idea at
didn't know about? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X. George Washington knew nothing about that. And that's why you can search for Garage Logic on all of our social media channels. And you know what? It's that easy. And you can watch the show each and every single day. I'm just seeing a photo of Kenny Olson on Facebook from David. Oh,
Is there another show following this one?
Yes, the Weekly Scramble.
The Weekly Scramble with you and Mr. Fratelloni.
Mike Fratelloni. Yes. Thanks for promoting that, Joe. I really appreciate that. You can find out more and sign up today at GarageLogic.com to become a weekly subscriber. Cha.
Thanks for the cha.
Weekend checkout cha?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It is time once again that we check in with our guy, Mr. Money Talk. Josh Arnold is with us once again right here in Garage Logic. And now is the time for you to do the same. So do not delay. Do exactly what I did and pick up that phone and dial 952-925-5608. That number once again is 952-925-5608. When you call that number, you're going to get Josh. And he is there for you for that free, yes, I use the word free, 48-minute financial consultation with absolutely zero obligation. And he will always give you the straight talk. He will never give you the sugar-coated advice. And he is online with us once again right here in Garage Logic. And boy, Josh, so much to talk about today because you know what? Retail sales numbers? What's going on right now here?
People are still spending money. They're spending money on things they believe they need and or have to have. September retail sales numbers published by the government showed a nice increase in spending. And here's the big but. I look at a number of retailers, primarily large retailers, and the ones that are winning would be Walmart and TJ Maxx. So they're definitely in the win column. Target, they're in the losing column. And while Macy's reported things a little bit better, their stores still aren't full. Today we had Kohl's stores, which is in the middle of a turnaround and getting some new management or new leadership. They beat, their stock price was up, but to me, Kohl's is very tired. Abercrombie & Fitch, that's a little bit of a higher end clothier. They're seeing 7% growth. Well, I guess people like their label. The bad boy, Best Buy, they upped their guidance because they saw or have been seeing a surge in people coming in to buy new computers, gaming consoles, and smartphones. Stock was up a little bit today, but they do have smartphones for sale, whether it's from Samsung or favorite Apple. Just another place to get your stuff. And if another takeaway could be that people are now updating their, we'll say, hardware, this being 2005, and the last time they updated their hardware was during COVID, which is 5 years ago. So that would almost indicate the turnover in getting new hardware is still, particular computers, is still around 5 years. Then there's Dick's Sports. Now, their superstores are unbelievable. If you've ever gone into one, you can try a bunch of the equipment. You can hit in the batting cage. You can hit in their golf simulator. You can try out some ice skates on their fake ice sheet. Tremendous concept with their new superstore. Dick's had also bought recently Foot Locker, and there is a plan to, we'll say, reduce Foot Locker's footprints in malls and elsewhere, and I think that's to get more people to go to Dick's. The boost from Dick's, well, that's helped out Nike shoes today go up, as well as Deckers that sells Hokas, which are also sold at Dick's, and On Shoes all saw a rise off of Dick's better than expected earnings. Sports spending or leisure spending, we'll say at a Dick's, to me is going to be ongoing regardless of what's going on in the economy. So Dick's, which saw its stock fall a little bit after the announcement, could be a buy on this better than expected earnings call. On the flip side, NVIDIA, which had been considered the leader in AI and the leader in AI chip, well, right now they're on the down, despite reporting better than expected earnings and raising their guidance going into the next quarter. NVIDIA has become a little bit of a battleground as one of the bigger short sellers. Michael Berry, who rose to fame during the mortgage crash back in 2008 and 9, has published that his positions of having big put or option positions, buying put on both NVIDIA and favorite Palantir. He thinks that both of these are more than overvalued. NVIDIA today saw a pretty big drop on some news that I'll say published in a online publication that said that Meta was considering spending billions on chips from Google. Horror upon horrors. If they're spending billions on Google chips, well, maybe they're not going to be spending more on NVIDIA chips. But I'd go back to the phrase considering spending. Google has been on a tear, by the way, and as we've discussed before, it is going to be one of the winners in generative AI, but it's been on a tear especially since the announcement that Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway bought a position in Google and made it its 10th largest holding of the portfolio. The largest holding still in Berkshire Hathaway's portfolio is favorite Apple, though Berkshire has been reducing its stake. Now they're probably continuing to take some profits as Apple hits a new high. But retail spending, well, that's still going, but people are looking for bargains, probably going to be able to get them, especially starting Friday.
Excellent advice, as always, Mr. Money Talk. You heard him, GLers. Now is the time for you to pick up the phone and make the call for that free, yes, I use the word free, 48-minute financial consultation with absolutely zero obligation. And you do that just like I did by dialing 952-925-5608, where you always get straight talk and never, ever sugar-coated advice. Josh, once again, thank you so much for the time and the chat. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Chris.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Chris Reuvers is a paid endorsement.